Right, we're playing a bit more Hexarchy as we're setting up a custom game, specifically setting the game length to long, 150 victory points in order to see how far we can push the 4x game in multiplayer. Because 150 victory points is so hard to grab onto, I need a late game civ. I'm actually going to go with Russia this time and see what we got going with. I'm going to have both Spoons and Sir Easy Gamer as soon as I can get the invite code going on Discord. Okay. It like turns off the invite code on when I'm have OBS open for streaming. But like because this is going to be uploaded afterwards, this code's not going to be useful anymore by the time you guys see it on YouTube. As one of the best parts about the 4X strategy genre in general, which Hexarchy is like the most unique entry in it, is just taking your time and building up this huge continent-spanning empire. Hexarchy's default settings, 100 victory points, is well tuned for relatively fast games, but like sometimes you feel like you make it go a bit further. And that's exactly what this attempt at 150 victory points do. This is the second game that we've tried playing on the oversized custom long game. The last one it took like an hour to finish. Let's see if this one takes the same time. Okay, one of the things that makes Hexarchy interesting is that there's a definitive end to the game. 100 victory points, and as well as the unique options and objectives in the daily challenge and weekly campaign, mean that like you're trying to balance I need this card for later versus there isn't going to be a later. Like that dynamic makes this really interesting series of trade-offs going off of the game. I've got like a middling spawn this time because of Russia. I don't have to go for the triple food space like most other civs would. I want the marble, but I don't need it immediately, so this is my first expansion. Honestly, it goes onto the hill for the extra hammer. So I want to like fork these two resources, doesn't really matter which one. Here, you can't put a city one space away, but you can put them 2 spaces away. So this is an extreme late game version, and yeah, this is a massive map for only 3 people on and no bots. So, but like, because it's a 4x game, you have to take the time in order to like build up and deal with exponential scaling happening. Food is the most important early game resource for getting settlers out. Speaking about settlers, boop boop. And I'm going to hold on to the stone so I can get the library for free when it comes back up later. This is actually a situation where I want to hold on to Scout for late game, because like this map is huge. And also, although I'm not really seeing too many good options for land-based resources, the Scout is basically drawing the forage card every single turn every other turn because there's a cooldown on it. I do have a good forage space, so I'm not going to be burning foraging like I did last time I went for a late game, because Agrarian Society doesn't get played very often in the standard 100 victory point game, because the game just ends a little bit too quickly. But here, Agrarian Society is so good for long sprawls. I'm not convinced I've got the best spawn in the world. I need to like plane this entire coastline and fill it up with harbors right now. This is actually like a great lighthouse spawn, weirdly. Okay, so there's forage here, but I don't think I need it. What I need is settler, more settler. There is a horse on the market, so I can take the risk on trying to find it, but I think only able to draw 3 cards out of 8. More likely than not, I don't find settler, so give me the full hand back. Yeah, if I was only going to draw 3 cards, settler was the 4th card. I wasn't going to find you. So I said I want this marble. This marble is my late game plan to get a ton of culture. So I can do the Russia settlement here with no food working, because Russia food passive. And I can do the other one, taking the desert, or going down here for more resources. Put a city here, here, and here. I could put one here. This isn't really a good city spot. This is a good city spot. So like here's a... If I can get another city here, there's like a quad set up. Wait, I got the other pasture. These pastures are going to be super useful early game. Wasn't able to find a second scout option, although if I burn this guy, I actually can get not Hanging Gardens, but Agrarian Society going early. This is a really good Great Lighthouse space. And hold on to a horse for a potential mobilize later in the game. There's a France, but like that's super expensive science. So this marble is my late game plan. I need to get this mine going as soon as possible. Stone gets me either pyramids or Temple of Diana. Temple of Diana is more valuable late game. My unique strategy here, specifically going for Russia, Russia needs horses. Like, this makes Cossacks happen late game, so planning for late game is a bit more valuable than planning for early game right now. So if I get this stone, I can either get a free library, or I can try getting Temple of Diana. Temple of Diana is actually worth it. Yikes, that's really expensive. See if I can find something better than the burn. I want to hold on to all of this, actually. Oof. But yeah, okay, so woodworking, burn the archer for the science, writing, get the Temple of Diana going, because this is super valuable late game, and we're going to be getting to the late game. I guess here. This way Novgorod can start taking spaces slowly. This is effectively going to get, like, this space after 2 turns, which should be good enough for early game. I don't need any cities to get happy, so I can send the luxuries on just card draw. I'm going to get this pasture next turn, so hold on to you. That's why I'm putting the settler there. I don't have the food to get the settler, and it's at the bottom of the deck. I didn't find it. I could potentially hold on to you. I'm going to get 1 food back next turn. So this is settler mobilized with the 2 food I get from the pig's pasture. If I burn 1 more thing, I can get a farm going. This is actually a space I want a city on. So Novgorod, just because I'm Russia, I can get away without having to get food on you. Although, frankly, the specific strategy I'm going for, I need card draw more than hammers? No, I need hammers. Give me both, actually. This way I'm working a bunch of gold tiles for more... Oh, okay, well, so much for horses. Well, that's concerning. Alright, so I can do something cheeky with mobilizing a military unit, but I don't actually have any military units in the deck right now. Well, Moscow isn't happy, but that doesn't matter, because Russia can just draw through that problem using the special passive. Marble only matters if I get a second marble for Statue of Zeus. This is late game plan, but I think I need early game plan, frankly. Ooh. There's no units in here, actually. So this is a late game thing. I don't think I need it early game. Yikes, okay. This became a problem very quickly. I got no science ticking. Because you can hold on to mobilize this patch. Next patch you won't be able to do that, but this patch you can. Hold on to... Redraw your hand, we've got something up that you're holding on to. Something that you're holding on to. Now redraw the hand. Okay, I'm not getting holy sites for temple, so that's not worth it. I can do mine onto marble, get the other marble. Statue. I can fight, although it's going to take me a while to get there. Frankly, I'm not quite convinced that I'm going to be able to take this fight on. What's worth a shot? I'm lacking on science, spending the extra hammer to advance the tech tree and put more cards in my deck. Okay, they built units over here and buffed them. Oh, this is a beautiful spot for a city. Hopefully I can leapfrog it? Yeah, if I get a fishing hut here, I can start leapfrogging stuff. Am I just not going to get another pasture resource? Because, like, either I get this horses or I don't. Feels weird, but, like, I just don't see pasture resources right now. Yeah, so, another pasture. That's worth spending the stone on the library. Moscow to claim tiles so that this Great Lighthouse potentially looks good, although, did I lose Great Lighthouse? I did not. Horseback riding without horses, yikes, although they're selling me horses, so I should buy both of those. And selling me science, that's huge, actually. I don't find iron, though. Without iron, then it's not necessarily a good setup. Well, I don't have forest to work with. I did hold on to charge, but I don't really have a unit to charge with. Granary. I want to hold on to Granary for late game. Do this, gives me 1 gold back overall. And now I guess I'm drawing off hammers, so here it goes. Philosophy. We're not inside of Royal Guard range. Winery. It's actually important we get one of these going early game. That's a lot of luxuries that's going to add up over time. Yes. I guess just get me more money. No settler is going to happen this turn? Yeah, I need to draw cards more than I need settler. Oh, I pressed the button one too many times. Shoot. I'm just, like, actually not going to be able to find a unit to work with. We're playing oddly safe on this hyper-aggressive I Have Statue of Zeus border right now. Should have put the warehouse up in Kazan to double build a unit for some shenanigans plays, especially because I knew that metalworking was coming. Yeah, here, double building a unit would be amazing, but, like, I have to get... Okay. Metalworking, swordsman, mathematics, catapult. That is yikes amounts of hammers right now. So, like, this is mandatory to not die. And then, yeah, I just can't afford to do the other half of that, so, like, take the horse pasture back for late game. Okay, who wants food? This is actually a city placement spot, so I actually want you working there. You, I need to get this stone for late game. This guy. Okay, I got marble, but I don't think I can use it. I can get another settler, actually, off the market with my money. So, putting the settler here so it stops getting taken by auto workers. I'm actually playing a agriculture game rather than holding on to that. So, getting rid of hunter-gatherers feels really weird, but it's worth it. Library is a late game play. Yeah, late game play is what I need. Let's Trakan to start taking these water tiles so you can work more things. I'd love to get another horse, although I don't know what I can sell to get it. I'd have to burn a card. Did Great Lighthouse get taken? Great Lighthouse is taken, so this is no longer Great Lighthouse space, this is a farm space. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to buy that horse right now. Like, I'd love to have hanging gardens to get the huge population churning. This single step attack to take the horse pasture with a strength in case they get a similar swordsman to play means I'm going to get horses for charges, which is the actual reason I want Kazan. And I can still play Oh, I can't build a catapult because mathematics is in the discard, actually. But, like, this type of setup, just too high risk on both sides. Like, I don't think anyone can safely sit there. Okay, tactics skirmisher, but, like, I don't think horseback riding's it, especially when I don't have iron for the high-level unit, so redraw this. Go sit on the Russia space and get me the stone mine eventually. I don't have iron to justify 2 iron units. Warehouse gets me a double build out of Kazan, but I need, well, 2 units to build. I can build axemen and swordsmen. I can only charge 1 of them. So keep looking, though do buy the stone so I don't overcommit. I'd actually like to hold on to the road, although I think I can save it for later? Potentially military engineer. Kazan is struggling right now against French culture. Philosophy. Oh, I actually can get Hagia Sophia with all this marble going. So hammers. Science. Lose Berserker. I'm okay losing Berserker. State religion. Hagia Sophia. This is a good... this is a really good monument space. I'd rather put it somewhere else. Here's a surprisingly good monument space. I actually want another city here. Yikes, I'm just running out of space, so... Here? That could be bad if I lose the space. Axemen, because I actually can't afford to play the swordsman right now. Woo! Fishing hut for more economy. Plays defense. Legitimately just set up a slow push because I know that they're not going to be able to mobilize cheaply, especially that I'm denying the horses by just having a unit there. At the end of turn, I'm going to have this guy claim, but that's very much end of turn. I want another card burn if possible this turn. Library. Because I'm now in state religion, I can use monasteries for my science production. Strength. Strength is actually worth it. I mean, this guy is using the bug is the reason he got the buff there, so like... I can wait until military engineer to keep the road on, so I can do warehouse for future double builds, strength here. Flame end of turn, hold this, hold this. I burned the archer. Like, I have to find catapults to take over Orleans, which is hyper yikes. What the? Yeah, hyper yikes there. Actually, a very good thing I didn't play charge onto that Axeman. He would have done his own attack, stepped into it, and then lost, and I lose Kazan over that. Ooh. Okay, first iron I've seen. I can double build here, potentially, but I need to actually have something worth double building. Fishing hut. Everyone's happy enough that I can put this on the luxuries. Actually, food is more valuable right now because I'm getting luxuries off of these guys. Strachan. Give me just the hammers over here. I can get a knight out, which is actually pretty valuable. Axeman, I don't have a stone source to justify you. Hereditary rule, you're out of range. So yeah, I'm on military dictatorship this game. Parthenon. Sure, why not? I can afford it. I'm not going to get Mosque. It's too expensive, this game. Okay, so mathematics, catapult, horseback riding, knight. Yikes. Okay, no. Swordsman and knight, if possible, is the play. No, swordsman and catapult. Yeah, swordsman and catapult. So, catapult here. And the catapult. Defend. Swordsman. The Holy Warrior on the sword. defend. I actually can get a horseman with charge out there. Gets me flanking bonus and potentially takes the city back in case some shenanigans happen. I only need the 2 wineries maxed out, so with cultivates. So 3 more cultivates here, and I'm going to be super happy. Mine is desperately important right now. There's a settler in the deck, so I'd hope to hold on to 3 food. Ooh. Okay, well, I can get guaranteed settler this way, which is valuable. Okay, there's settler. This iron mine is super valuable. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can get the settler here, but not here. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, yeah, so build a settler here. Marble is too expensive to justify jeweler. Need to find higher power units in order to hold off this guy, especially because I don't have this iron mine for at least 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 turns, because I need to get a unit here. I do have Statue of Zeus, so I can put a military unit to grab it, but like, yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. Whoa, whiff? The healing on it? But like, they can't physically get Berserker, so like, they survive, barely. But the fact that they can get healing on those guys is massive. Holy crap. They can also guarantee a flank attack by getting just a single step attack here. One of them attacks normally, one of them does advance flank. If they get like another healing, I'm in a really bad spot. I can double build out of Kazan, but I don't have units worth double building. Like, I don't have iron to build the knight right now. Oh, I burned the pasture already, so I have to put it here. Here's 1 unit, but I need support for him to be worthwhile. Technically 2 units, but again, I need support for them to be worthwhile. So I've got a raw. Okay, so Swordsman with Holy Warrior, that survives 2 attacks. Axeman prevents a 3rd. Catapults. There. And like potentially get a flanking catapult, but I don't think that's enough. Okay, there's engineering. I burned a card this turn. No, I haven't. Without pasture, like, it needs to be knight, not horseman. Horseman's not good enough. Okay, engineering. Knight get up to? Okay, I can just barely get Cossack out, which is worth it, unfortunately. So, hammers on engineering, science on gunpowder, Cossack, burn something. I think only that's the one place I needed the barracks for double build, so here. Cossack. Settler. Here for a hammer. Here for defense. Am I getting enough stone to justify holding on to anything else? Moscow happy. Everyone else is good enough. Zon, this way you can potentially grow twice. How'd you put yourself there? There. Kazan's 1 off from growing. Get some marble for late game. I need every horse I can find on the market. Yeah, I don't need any of these luxuries. Well, I'm just not finding time in order to build this farm. Okay, strength onto the Cossack. I would like 1 more fishing hut. I don't know if I can justify it. I need to hold on to a ranged unit. Catapult is cheap because of this. I don't think I need double iron mine to justify anything else. Ooh, this is hard. Okay, I don't think this is a maneuvers game. So if I can get 1 more burn, frankly, Harbor Axis is going to be more valuable this turn rather than just getting fishing hut super late. that. Four marble is plenty. Might be a mistake to put feudalism and tactics on the bottom of the deck. We'll find out. I think I just need Cossack and Musketmen, which are both in the deck right now, or in the discard pile. Notre Dame. So England is getting a defensive game. So like this is going to come down to this fight. The problem is that they're getting more value out of the... I'm just like a point off of getting these kills right now. They're getting more value from the battlefield medicine than I am from the immortal is the problem. 1, 2, 3, and now Novgorod is under threat. Yikes. Okay, so there's a charge. Education's not valuable. Charge is the only thing useful here, and I got a chance of redrawing charge anyways. Okay, cannon. There's no second iron to work with, though. Yikes. Musketman is huge on defense, but I need more of a defense. Mine isn't going to do anything immediately. Well, it gets the stone going. That's catapult, actually. I can burn... Actually, stone plus that, that's a barracks to get a flank hit, which is going to be super valuable. So if I can get a Holy Warrior and this barracks out, that's going to be the thing that works. Granary takes too long. I'm just not going to have the iron to make cannon work it, or I'm going to have tons of stone to make massive numbers of catapults. Okay, so swordsman with Holy Warrior, and then barracks here, get that, but I need to find... Oh, I said I was holding on to military engineer. Okay, so cameras for tactics, science for logistics, stone for barracks, musketman attack, catapult attack there. Swordsman, now I need to go and find Holy Warrior. Charge isn't worth it. There's Holy Warrior, okay. That's the minimum to do some sort of survive, because this Axeman's still, like, down here defending. This guy gets strength. I do have another good spot for a settler, because I can't actually build a pasture here. I can't afford harbor anymore, it's just taking too long. Resiliency is wonderful, but again, it's also taking too long. I burned farms, so I'm not actually going to get too much more value out of this, and like I'm not going to get the population high enough. Cultivate's done. This is my food production right now. Feels weird. Okay, Cossack, is it possible for me to get anything else this turn? Can I get the 3 burns required to make that happen? I need at least one ranged unit. Is it crossbow or is it catapult? Weirdly, I think it's catapult. So can I get 2 more burns? Military engineer is my last way to get road on the field. Yikes. One too many marble there. Okay, monastery. I have Hagia Sophia, which is actually massive for taking spaces. This gets another one next turn. Shoot, that sucks. If I get lucky with iron, I can get feudalism next turn onto a knight. Actually, catapult, yeah. Okay. I'd love to get forge out of Novgorod. Actually, I don't need forge because I've got Cossack here, something else out of the barracks. I would have loved to get charge onto this guy, but I'm not convinced I'm going to need it. Okay, this guy's got Holy Warriors now, so he's no longer getting the battlefield medicine, so it was a minor mistake in order to go not attack this 2. Yeah, they've got Holy Warriors now, so the Battlefield Menace is not doing quite as much. The Axeman underneath here is saving the day right now. I can't actually get Berserker anymore. Berserker's gone. I probably need to get Military Dictatorship because I got more gold than hammers to work with right now. Okay, with a stone and one more stone off the market, I can get another barracks for some more crossfire action. Getting crossfire onto this stack is going to be absolutely massive for my defense. Barracks back here, actually. Okay, so I desperately need musketmen here. Potentially musketmen again there. Oh, that is painfully expensive. Okay, so this guy here, attack. Attack, preferably get charges on one or both of them. Yikes. Okay, so strength guy gets standard charge. Second guy gets forced march. There's another settler spot. Might as well put one there. Boop. Military dictatorship isn't quite good enough. I desperately need Holy Warrior in particular. I'm going to get this next turn. The Holy Warrior on the musket. Oh, misplayed. Okay. I've got a chance of finding it again. We have a very good chance of finding it again. Okay. Monument. This is now reasonable priced. The monument here gets a pretty good spot. I want another city here, actually. You're not useful. General is bizarrely good, actually. Well, I'm getting something Holy Warrior. That's the important bit. Both these catapults attack the big stack first. Who's attacking here? Okay, so one catapult attack the big stack. One catapult attack the small guy. Frankly, you get here so that you're inside of this mobilized section. Now here, just to get the huts, so I can get the iron for cheap. Ooh, this is bad. Can I get this general out? The only way to do that is I burn the settler. I'm okay with that. So this general goes onto the axeman, actually. That's a pretty massive defensive buff. Wasn't able to find the Holy Warrior onto the musketmen, but I hope I'll live. I'm gonna get one more burn. This is going to be super useful going forward. This is going to be super useful going forward. I don't think I can burn anything other than architecture. Not actually that important to get resiliency this turn. Although it would be really nice. Alright, we're just gonna have to go find things again. Well, musketman's in the deck, so I actually want you. And you, actually. I should have held on to the swordsman because I'm getting the iron mine and get to play him immediately as well. These guys both have charges to like defensively take the city or hilariously go into Orleans in case this stack dies or it doesn't get through. Oh, it actually did work! Yikes, that's bad. So lose one. Didn't Holy Warrior the proper one. That guy survives from a Holy Warrior. Now mine go through, and then these guys both have charge, so they are able to sweep through. No way, I actually won that? I got it! I won the fight! Woo! Given, Orleans isn't actually high victory point value, it's just high defensive tactical value. So, like, we're still losing the victory point race against England, who hasn't had to do any fighting at all. I need to take Orleans as soon as possible before they can potentially build a unit out of here. And I still have to put a Holy Warrior defense in the back. And here as well, actually. Novgorod is potentially under threat. Novgorod's more important than Moscow. Okay, smaller unit, you take the city. Because this is still red, they weren't able to build the unit in time. These guys on Fortify should be good enough. Put both of these catapults, move them up. You can just... You were my last settler. Frankly, just getting the extra culture buff from this monument is probably worth more than this space, now that this space is being taken. So now I can get iron units. Monastery takes spaces, because I have Hagia Sophia. Holy Warrior, preferably a fresh musketman. You know what, actually, military dictatorship can script the musket. Put you away. Ooh. They were able to build the unit there first. Okay, that's a problem. So you have a Holy Warrior on you. Means that I have to do Cossack here. Holy Warrior takes the first hit, then this guy gets the flank bonus. Okay. And I can have Musketmen, Holy Warrior the fresh musket. Defend. I'm not going to be able to get this quite this turn. And Gardens is actually hilariously valuable right now. Here takes the most pieces of culture. Strakon's actually out of spaces to work. Yikes. I mean, that's actually a good thing, but feels weird. You know what? You take this space. You go this way. See what I can find. No one else needs this. So there's a bunch of charges. Do I even need Pathfinder? It's not a Pathfinder game. Strength onto... Yikes, yikes. You. In the weird can't chase that something happens? That was a mistake. Actually, no, I can buy this horse back. Cossack. So I can put Cossack here. Cow's expensive, but not that expensive. Okay. 2 food here. Cossack here. Just send it and see if I get lucky. I do need to get some money in order to play the charge on this one. Actually, this Cossack here. Move action, intentionally pressing the move button there, so it happens after a single step attack phase. Okay, England's likely to get this game, because we had to spend a insane amount of resources up here. Like, virtually every single one of these musketmen is a wonder that didn't get built. But, like, they might struggle to get the last couple of points onto the board. I am claiming culture tiles with, like, monastery. I stole a monastery, actually. Like, I have Hagia Sophia, so I can push through this space. Okay. I expected this to be an imperial guard, so I overcommitted here. Okay, because I destroyed Pathfinder and Road, I can't go through this to get consistent flank attacks. Wow, what is this tiny bit of terrain here? Ooh. Oh, yikes. I actually have to build this settler. Ooh. Okay, England got 168. Ah. So because I was hidden so far behind the mountains, I couldn't see that Yeah, England was just totally uncontested in this bottom corner. I couldn't do anything with this mountain range blocking, double vision blocks. And then this was such a violent exchange for just getting my horse pastures for Cossacks Online late game that late game never came around. I'm really impressed at the turn 13 to get 150, actually. That's exceptionally difficult. Got a little bit lucky. Oh, got a lot lucky with these holy sites. Got extremely lucky with these holy sites. Woo! Also, England, by being able to do a culture build, England's able to take way more tiles than other people who are sitting next to the ocean. Like here, I only barely have the second ring, not even fully completed around Moscow, despite how many I've had wonders for ages, along with the cost reduction for taking those tiles. I'm only just barely taking tiles 2 out of the sea in Moscow, while England has all of these out here tiles grabbed, along with so much that they can grab these holy sites out in the middle of nowhere with the huge Moskovzhene. Well, they didn't even need the Moskovzhene. Woof. They had to do a massive stack here to defend their flank, so they couldn't necessarily win this fight, which wasn't worth very many points, but was worth a potential existential threat to my wonders in my late game. Like, I couldn't give up this fight, but I couldn't win it either, was the problem. This bad terrain meant I couldn't see what England was doing, and I couldn't contest it. Even if I could contest it, I would have been going for, like, Oxford and Nottingham. These are very low-value spaces. So yeah, this difficult terrain. A scout, which I ended up burning really easily, would have been able to tell me that England was the big threat to grabbing points. I expected, because my section was so tight and closed in, that England would also have a tight and closed in area and would struggle to get territory. That was not the case. Massive amounts of land to grab. Additionally, they got both stone and iron mines going. Ooh, a stone pyramid. Ooh. In order to get a bunch of extra wonders, while I just really late in the game got a stone pyramid, stone mine, and this marble mine wasn't able to put enough value down because we had to fight so intensely up here. This axeman holding on to Kazan forever actually saved the day, along with the double catapults from the stone mine, which ended up only building a single wonder out of it. Having to get multiple barracks and multiple charges through. Ooh. So I'm pretty happy with my performance up here, winning this fight down the not having Cossacks until the very last moment and down the Imperial Guard advantage, especially if those really well-placed combat medicines. So I'm pretty happy with the fight up here. It just wasn't worth enough points. I got a pretty respectable amount, and I was going to be able to start putting a huge number onto the victory point counter as soon as that finished. But like little subtle things like not being able to get farm out meant that like Moscow should have been 10 population, Novgorod should have been like 6 population. Meant that I wasn't getting anywhere near as many victory points as I would have hoped based on this economic spawn, putting agrarian society, buffing this guy up to a ton of luxuries. Wow, I was actually eating all my luxuries towards the end. Probably got fed into Orleans on the new conquest, actually. Oh, it's Trakan. Astrakhan was eating so many luxuries. Like this guy, yeah, I had 30 population, so all 4 of these were getting doubled. But like, all but one of them is getting eaten by this city right here. The rest is getting eaten by St. Petersburg. Yeah, I wasn't able to get enough happiness. I wasn't able to play enough monasteries and colosseums to get happiness to offset the luxury income. Yeah, this fight happened like a moment too early. I was never able to get this mine going, worried I'd lose it to the enemy. That those luxuries would have helped a ton. I would have liked to get this settler one space further, but that was super not happening. Okay, and yeah, we got embroiled in a long-term conflict, and I was able to win it, but like fundamentally, it's a game about getting victory points, and killing units does not give you victory points unless you're the assets. And with that, I'm pretty happy with how that went, being able to set up this economy while also fighting. But yeah, the uncontested player tends to have the easiest time building out. So with that, good night and good luck. Good games, everyone.